Good morning and good afternoon, good evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this hour. Welcome to 67th edition of Investdata Trading Academy Live with Ambrose. I will tell you that yes, the market globally is not looking good as we speak now, and there are some reasons that are behind this market going up and down. Remember, I said on Friday, saw the market in the international market looking up. It was extended at the early hour of Monday, but at this hour we're speaking now, I'll tell you the market globally are not looking too good. I will say that the global market seems to be looking around what is happening, in Ukraine and Russia. At the same time, extending to what kind of fear that's coming from, as all eyes are on, on Russia, on U.S. and China, tariff agreement again. As we speak now, say global market seems to have, seems to have been on a conscious movement this morning, following the recent or the ongoing geopolitical concern as has been all across the globe for now. As escalating tension between US and China seems to be weighing on market mood. Why? As the trade representative of US said, they were still working on what on the next trade action in China. All these are what is putting the market in this mood. And also, don't forget that also in Beijing, they also announced that they were going to extend the work from home activities for almost another 1 month again. These are the things you can see that oil price also is also not looking too good, but oscillating, but not below as speak now, it's trading around the 112, touch 115, back again to 112. That oscillation mode is because of this news that yes, they are in Beijing, they're saying they're going to extend their work at home again, working from home, also extending for another 1 month because of this COVID-19 here and there. Even they are planning to kind of ease some, lockdown here and there. Another one they are coming again that they want to. All these are the things that are kind of influencing the global market as we speak now. And don't forget that information is what we trade in the market. When it comes, market has the way of what of reacting to it. But as we speak now, I'll tell you that all eyes on the purchasing manager, index that is expected to come from in US and in Europe. All these are what is also driving the market. And don't forget at this time also, I've said it earlier that the tech companies that are in this market, their results at Q1 were not too attractive. That's another thing that is weighing the market down. And also as inflation is also rising, interest rates on the high. These are the things that are all looking at to say this might be another thing that will slow down this market again. But already because of the rate hike, you can see that the equity market in this matured market are not looking too good. But we saw a little bit out on Friday and Monday, but at this hour, I'll tell you, they all just succumb to pressure again because of what all this news that I just shared here at this moment. These are the things that are really influencing the market. But in all, I can always say, whether you are trading the international market, you are trading equity, you are trading currency, you are trading commodity, anything that is moving, any asset that you are trading that is moving, don't forget to use your stop loss and what and you take away emotion in all your investment decision, especially if you're a trader, even when you're an investor, take away emotion from what for your decision. Once you hit your target, once you see the trend is not going against you, you cut to what to protect your capital because one thing in the market is for you to preserve capital and grow the capital. Not losing the capital you are trading with. That means you must also play with your stop loss at any given time to stay ahead of the market. Yes, you can see that yesterday, the GDP figure were released for Nigeria here for Q1, sorry, and we saw that there's a kind of let's say year to year you can see that about 3.11 growth. That means for Q1 2021 we're seeing a contraction. Now let me use that about 0.87 because if you look at the performance for the last quarter 2021 we were about 3.98. We're now seeing about 3. That's a little contraction, and this was attributed to what the high cost of diesel and other energy. But for me, I would tell you that I didn't say that way because I'm looking at I said earlier before now that we will see where the economy is going from using this current year to benchmark what happened in 2001. All the figures we saw in 2021 are against a situation that is down when we are just coming out of recession and out of a COVID-19 issue. Then I have not seen, we are not saying this is where they come. But yes, we are recovering that period. We move from almost 5 point something to 4 point something to fine. We agree. But I'll tell you, all those figures, it is now that we know where the economy is going or where it's heading to. For me, seeing this 3.11 for me, it's a good start for this current financial year, current cycle for the year, first quarter. For me, it's a good one. But I would say that on this note now, if the NPC they are still meeting, what expect their outcome, looking at this development, you saw also that the ITC, the ICT sector and others were the one that really the non uh, the non-oil sector kind of supported the GDP for. Tell you that that trend is going to remain. That's why I said this is the time for you to look at those IT sector, look at those agricultural sector, look at those manufacturing sector, and industrial sector. But what matters here is that if we are seeing contraction for combining the kind of comparing 2021 last quarter and this year, what will happen this year is where we know whether the economy is really recovering or not. I said it last year. It's just because we are taking a year that we're making to another negative year, even though that's recovering. That is why we saw that kind of performance in that result. For me, it is a time for us to look at what is happening in the market so that at the end of the day, you know exactly what you are doing. You want to look at what the GDP is all about. The GDP has slowed down, but that doesn't mean that the economy has slowed down. If you look at the Q1 numbers that might be from the companies, you can see they are all fantastic numbers. But I feel that it is now that I want to see whether we are having real recovering or we are just trashing the ground. But for me, let's wait and see the Q2. We have seen the performance of companies in Q1. Yes, but also we are not still down. It's a growth of yeah, of 3.11. Yes, you see that the contract growth compared to the previous quarter. But for me, this is the real year to know that whether the economy is recovering or not. For me, let's put our hands on that and see what this was going to inform the decision of MPC meeting, because seeing these factors they don't mention that the one that slow down the economy. Yes, if you now increase your cost of fund, you're going to siphon the rate of recovery. And that means look at it. That was to lead to what for me, laying off Nigeria, because if you increase cost of fund plus cost of this one another thing that are really pushing prices of course prices high. That means we might lead to what kind of starting the whole thing, and that will lead to some companies closing down and start laying off people, and that will not be good. And no, you can't say because other nations are closing their interest rate that, but no, that is not enough. You need to look at what is popular within the environment and see. Now that I want to see recovery, let's see. That's why I said when I'm not surprised when I saw China cutting rate, England leaving their rate on low. Now China is also trying to have to kind of put stimulus more the economy for them to bounce back. That is how to run economy. Don't it because of it. For me, look at the peculiar environment, which I believe that those in the meeting, the NPC meeting committee will look at and also consider before they arrive on their decision. But before we go today, we want to look at how to combine the. Remember, we discussed something like true strength index and also what we call percentage price oscillator. What can you combine these two to make your decision? Is very very important. I want to quickly look at them, but I encourage you that get the Investdata toolbox. That toolbox contains all these indicators, how to take advantage of them, to know how to catch your buy and your sell signal easily before others know. Because if you know how to use indicator, you always move with the market and even stay ahead of others in the market because you are combining your fundamental and your technical. And that's why these indicators are very good. But you can't use indicator alone. There must be also price action or index action for you to know what you are doing exactly. But for me, I think I've explained the meaning of the true strength indicator before now, but I'll still repeat it before we go on so that we can flow this hour. The true indicators, which is an oscillator that fluctuates between positive and negative terrain. As with many momentum indicators, the center line defines the what the overall bias. The bulls have the what the momentum edge when the true strength indicator is positive, and the bears have the edge when the what when it is negative. As also with the percentage price oscillator, which we discussed, it's also a signal line can also be applied to identify upturn and also a downturn. That is that. That's why I told you yesterday when you're looking at also the percentage price oscillator, you also look at a line that also give you this trend where it turn or down or it turn up for you to know this is the signal. Signal line crossover are however quite frequent and requires further fitting with what with other indicators of other techniques. That's why I say you must use your candlestick, and that is your price action to know exactly what is the pattern and the behavior of the people in the market at that particular time. But that is the only way for you to get the real situation. You need to know what is the trend in the market, what is psychology of those that are in the market, how are they reacting to what is happening in the market. Once you get it right, you are good to go. Then As a chart reader or as a technician, you must look also for the bearish and the bearish divergence to identify if this trend will be supported at any time you are doing work. For trend reversal, however, will always come. To keep your mind, at this, you must look at, is there divergence, is there corresponding movement, is the indicator and the price action and the other momentum indicator looking in the same direction. That means if there is a divergence, it also send you a signal that things are about to happen. If they are moving in the same direction and the momentum is increasing, it tells you that we are seeing more positive market situation that you can also hold your position. Like I just said, at times you can know that the true trend index is somewhat unique, because it tracks what the underlying price quite well. Because if you're using that, it follows what is happening in that movement, in that price action, it get to where it's going. Since it quite already focused on that price, you need to look at it very well. In other words, the oscillator can capture a sustained what move for a distance for a one direction. Once it's one direction that things happen positively to be trending up, that is a bullish trend. But when it is down, you know that something is also in another direction. You have to also to mind the position at that particular time. Yeah, the peak and the peak and the bottom in the oscillators often match with what the peak and the bottom in price action. That means you need to keep there. That is why when you are using your true strength indicator, you need to know where is the price and where is the what indicator. That's why I said you need to also get those videos where you can see this display on the chart, and then you are seeing it how it's been explained. Then you exactly know how to use the tool effectively. Then, but most of it, when I go through that, most of these indicators they are not here. So that when you are trading in your software, you can also easily bring them up for you to understand easily. This is how to use it. In this respect, chart readers or technicians like you and I, we want to draw also trend line to capture some what selling resistant mark or support levels. You need to know so that at the time, at any given time that you see your true trend indicator of data breaking out the trend line is a sign. That's why I say you need to know to also draw a trend line. These are what was explained in those Investdata toolbox that you can get it and also go through it there. Then when the lines break as well, also a crossover is also notified. When you see that it's breaking out, also the line, you should also consider at what point is it breaking out. Is it a buy signal or a sell signal? Once you're able to note all this, when you are using your chart, it becomes easier for you to understand how to use these indicators. This is how it's used. But before I go to looking at the market, I want to look at what is the market news at this hour. I'll tell you the market news at this hour is that one, the market Nikos Consolidated PLC notified the exchange of insider dealing a sell position about 2.8 million shares was sold around the 2 naira 13 kobo. If you remember in this class, I've mentioned that if you can see that the insider, that means those that are inside are continually selling. What does it say? You need to also take exit of position. Don't be carried away with the rally in this kind of stuff. I'll tell you, this stock is hitting 9 years high because of what? Because of 9 years high of almost 2 naira 34 kobo. The highest it has hit before now is 2 naira 26 kobo. That was 2019. 2013. Sorry, that was 2013 that he touched that price. But 9 years now, they're also doing around 2 naira 34, and as a result of what 6 for 5 bonus or 6 for 5 bonus, it just announced. That bonus, yes, it's going to increase the share initial of the company. Then, if the insiders are selling, does it mean that then the capacity for them to sustain that good earning to pay you dividend in the future? That means if you're this kind of stuff, don't be carried away with the bonus. Once you have made profit, you need to exit your position in this kind of company. Another market news here is that Stanbic IBT is also notifying the market that each chief executive also is buying, bought about 1 million units of Stanbic IBTC yesterday at 34 naira 50 kobo. This was also why Computer Warehouse Group also notifying the market of its coming AGM slated for June 23rd, 2022. These are the market information as we speak now. But as we cross to speak, we want to look at the market before going to the chart here. The market is see in red this morning. As we speak now, market is down by the 105.28 is the model representing about 0.20%. That is what the market is doing. The market is trading around 2,805.50. This is the state of the market as we speak. But if you look at the market rate, and the market is still flat in terms of rates now at a par. We have 14 gainers and 14 losers And that for thing gainers, we have other stocks that are gaining marginal, the life of Staples and others are marginal. But the top gainers this hour are FTN Cocoa, ABB Building, Academic Press, Japan Gold, and the University Press. These are the top gainers at this hour. While on the loser side, we're having a Multiverse and the Virtual Capital, Magnico, so profit taking as hit that one this morning. Then we have a mutual benefit and the Adobe. Adobe, again around on Friday, but this morning is already losing profit taking. But if you look at it, the volume traded at this hour, which I tell you, the volume is very, very important when it comes to trading. I'll tell you that the stock that is leading in terms of volume traded this morning, the top one is ETI, and then followed by Access Corp. We have Sovereign Trust Insurance, Zenith Bank, and Japan Gold. These are the top in terms of volume. And I want to look at these companies together. I want to look at what is happening in ETI. I want to look at ETI. Look at Access Bank. Access Bank did around 10 naira this morning. Check Zenith Bank. Then we'll now come back and look at the life of UPDC, also UPL, which is a University Press, and the Academic Press. What is also supporting their price now? These are match here accounts. At the third comment, this is how to invest. Want to look at where can they go from here? Look at this 6 stock. I mentioned the Zenith Bank, Access Bank, ETI. We're looking at also Adobe to say the level where it is it for you to buy, because we are seeing activities in that sector looking up in the recent weeks. You need to see, can they still wait to see a pullback as well? This company have not released their quarter one result as to speak. Others in the industry have done that. We have not seen quarter one result from Adobe, as we speak now. But let's see why market is, we're going to look at the sentiment or the psychology of investor this morning in this company. Before we go, let's call up our normal indicators here in this class. We are used to using our trigger line, which is our 8 days movement rate exponential, our money flow. Then all these are what we use this hour to find out what is happening in the market. Once you're able to get that, we are good to also go on this angle, on this side of the yes. You can see now to speak. If you look at the market, I will tell you the market is not too friendly because the index action is resting on the T line straight on the day chart, and we have confirmed here that MACD is already confirming a bearish situation this morning. Money flow is looking down on a day chart. Yes, we know that market is also looking ahead to see what will be the outcome of the MPC meet. But as to speak now, market is still in red. You can see that market is trading around 52,808.51. Those I said earlier in red now. Volume, you can see the red volume, you can see, and we are seeing money flow looking down. But let's check on our chart for today to see exactly what is happening in the market. As to speak now, on our chart, the market is already below the T line. It tells you that the market is not looking too good. And if you look at your histogram here under MACD, you can see that it's increasing and money flow is still looking down. But money flow, now what I'm trying to find resistance here around the 25 point. Let's see what it goes. But for me, the market is not too bright at this hour. If I look at the 1 hour chart and also the day chart, no, they are not looking too good for the market. But let's look at the individual stocks that are mentioned. Let's start with the ETI from here. Let's look at what is happening in ETI. That will give us an insight. Also what we expect. But we are seeing ETI leading in volume. What is happening? Why the volume? We will see from the we'll know from what is happening here to see. The chart will not lie you. That's why I say always look at your chart at any given time to see what is happening. Yes, if you look at ETI on a our chart, it's not looking too good at all. You can see it's trading below the T line. You can see high volume here, and you can see that MACD is trying to go bullish, but still does not confirm. But money flow is also trying to cough on the wire down below, even on almost a zero level, but until come to this color play for now say something up. You can see where it is far. So try to look up. Let's see this for 1 hour chart. It's not looking too good in 1 hour chart for ETI. Let's go to a day chart. A day chart, yes, for me a day chart is also not looking good for ETI, but it's volatility here, you can see that it's pulling the drag already. It's still below the T line on a day chart. We're seeing strong volume, and this volume is also confirming a sell position. You can see what I'm seeing here. The MACD is looking down, become more bearish. I see the money flow looking down, but that does not mean that the stock is bad. This for this hour, you need to also watch technically to know what to do. That means if you want to take position, you need to watch to see the right price to buy. Now, if you are there, you need to see what and see whether it should go for traders. Once it is above the below the T line, you would have exited. If you are still there, you have to hold on. But not to jump in, you must cross back the T line before you jump back into the stock again. That is for ETI at this hour. ETI is not there. For me, it's not looking too good, on a day chart and a 1 hour chart at this moment. Let's look at access curve. Let's look at access curve. I'll tell you, access curve is on a day chart is still very, very strong. I'll tell you, something is happening in this stock. Yes, you can see it has touched even as high as 10:05 this morning. You can see, don't forget that the resistance here is around 10:10. 10:10, 10:10. You can see now you have touched 10:05 and it's still green, actually above the T line. And money flow is positive. I can see that the volume we're seeing here is much, slightly above the average traded volume. You can see it here. For me, it's a good one for the stock. Let's look at the 1 hour chart. What we can get from this position. On 1 hour chart, you can see the chart here. You can see that it's very, very positive. It's trading above the T line. Look at the price here. Look at it here. You can see even when it came from under this 1 hour chart for the stock, you can see that it's still bullish. You can see it here. And money flow is still strong. And for me, access is strong and looking good. If you are in access, you need just to hold your position. The stock is still very strong and looking good at this hour. For me, you know what is in for access and not the stock. Access is the stock I always use that is there. It has the dual feature or characteristic. Let me use that language. One is a value stock and also has a good stock. And when you are in a value and a good stock, you don't expect more dividend. You expect a better earnings that will drive the price. If that earning is sustained in Access Bank, Access Bank hitting 15 naira easily before the end of the year, even before the end of Q3 is very, very possible, depending on the number they're going to release in their coming Q2 number. And don't forget that these banks are also among the banks that pay trade dividend. These are the time to wish to position in this kind of stock, because once after the dividend, trade dividend, that momentum will remain in this kind of stock. And also, like ETI we just mentioned earlier, ETI has not marked down, and their dividend, and if their number also maintain a tempo, because I see potential more in this bank that has a operations outside Nigeria, especially ETI, Access Bank, and UBA. I see a lot of potential in them, but they are not dependent on operation here in Nigeria alone, which is also a good thing for them. And that is why Access has continued to kind of expand, kind of build capacity, and that capacity will actually reflecting on their performance. On that, you can see even on a day and the quarter chart, still looking strong. But these are technical, then when you combine with fundamental, it's a stock to watch. Yeah, let's look at Zenith Bank. Yeah, let's look at Zenith Bank. What is happening in Zenith Bank at this hour? Let's look at it. What is happening in Zenith Bank? What's happening in Zenith Bank? What is happening in Zenith Bank? This 1 hour chart for Zenith Bank, you can see for yourself. The 1 hour here, you can see different pattern. For coming to the recent days, you can see that the stock is trading slightly below the T line here, and MACD tried to cross the red one, the from here, but still not clear. Volume traded is still small at this hour, not much. Yes, just about almost, but around average level, but not much. They're not broken up the average level in that range. But money flow is looking down slightly on our chart. Let's look at the day chart for the stock for Zenith Bank. What is up? Yes, you can say this stock has what we call a cyclical, the cyclical triangle that also supports a breakout. But that means we need to confirm. Sorry, let me draw it here so that we can get it. Trend line I want to draw. Let me see. So, use trend line here. Then come back here, click it again. Because I've seen that the variable formation for me support a breakout. Like I said, it either two days ago or last week. You can see this formation. This is very bullish formation. We're also watching. And you know that this very great stock will always come any moment from now. That means you need to just watch and see Zenith Bank. But this is a good one. It's a good one in Zenith Bank. For me, this this symmetric triangle will tell you that either it break up or that it's a good continuation chart pattern that we also watch very well. Let's quickly look at what is happening in University Press. Yes, this is match account. You can see for me, match account, their earnings around the corner. Let's see what is happening here. That'll give us a good that'll give us a good direction to see what is happening in the stock. Let's look at the University Press to know exactly what is happening in University Press. Once we just finish University Press, look at quickly at the academic press. These are the match account. But for me, if you look at the University Press now, you can see for yourself trading above the T line slightly, and on a day chart, and MACD is becoming trying to look up. You can see it here, but see, yeah, it has confirmed it. Later now, you can see today now that's not toward bullish slightly, and money flow is reading around the 77 to 80, which is good for me, but still looking down. But let's quickly look at the day chart, 1 hour chart, sorry. That will give us a clear direction where the stock is going. For me, on a day chart, you can see that on a 1 hour chart, you can see confirm a good trend. You can see trading above the T line already. For me, it's a good one. You can see that MACD is bullish. You can see it here. And money flow is almost 99. That means fund is getting the stock on 1 hour chart. Like you can see on 1 hour chart, that's why you are seeing the stock is in green. It's a good one for me for the stock. It's a good one. It's a good one. Let's quickly look at the academic press. Let's look at the academic press. Let's look at the academic. Look at academic press. Yes, academic press on a 1 hour chart is for me. It's also looking good. Look at Sabo the T9. Yeah, that's why it's resting on it for a good one. You can see we're seeing a good volume here coming on a 1 hour chart. And money flow, what's it called? The money flow is looking up here, trying to come to that within 20 rank 18 now, but turn up on a 1 hour chart and can see that it's a bullish MACD already on a 1 hour chart. For me, it's a good one for this stock. Don't need to panic. Let's look at a day chart before we can call the class a day, because our time is far spent. Yes, on a day chart, you can see a mixed trend here. Then both for academic press, you see that the volume on here is not too high. You can see it here, and you can see that it's bearish in terms of MACD. You can see that MACD is bearish here. Money flow is looking down. Why it's also below, marginally below what the T line. And for me, this is a mixed trend. You can see, but you can see it's almost forming a double bottom, which is also good. For how far it will go here, but the breakout here for now, a new trend is going on. Let's watch and see. Being a stock that has much as year end, but present the result between now and end of June. Let's see how far the stock will go from here. On this, we want to sell, we call it a day, as we look forward to see the outcome of MPC meeting today, any moment from 2. Let's see what it will look like at the end of the day. But I believe that market is still relatively strong because all of them are still above the T line. You can see that the market has not gone down, the general market, and most of the stock are also trading above the T line. Let's watch and see how the market will go for tomorrow. Let's hear also the outcome of the MPC meeting. Like I've said in one of the videos, the decision today was whether fund will believe in the equity market or fund will come more to the equity market. It depends on the seeing the GDP already. That we're also seeing a little contraction in terms of from 3.98 to 3.11 in Q1. let's see what the decision will come out to be. That will also determine where the market will go from tomorrow. See you tomorrow, and God bless you all. Enjoy your rest of your trading days today. And also, don't forget for the masterclass coming the first Saturday in July, hopefully by God's grace. Then, as from next week, the topics of the masterclass and the facilitator that will also be there to tell you how to invest profitably for the Q3. That is very, very important. See you, and enjoy the rest of your trading day.